Hello and welcome to the Daily Windups afternoon update. Here we have what's left of Tropical Storm Isaac on the activity chart here, and the SPC has put a slight chance of severe, mainly on the periphery of this system, into Georgia and Alabama and Tennessee, maybe into Arkansas. There are some tornado watches, a couple of them, and the lapse rates are pretty steep. Heading into the Tennessee Valley. So that's something we'll have to watch. It could support some supercells this afternoon. Here is the radar out of Columbus, Mississippi, I believe it is. And you can see there's a tornado warning going on right now. And there's not really heavy thunderstorms firing. What's going to happen is, I'll show here in a minute, the lapse rates here along the outer periphery where the rain hasn't cooled the air. This later on this afternoon could fire into some severe storms. And here are some lapse rates. You can see from Tennessee to Virginia, clear back westward along that line. The lapse rates are anywhere from 7.5 to 8 degrees C per kilometer. And that means a lot of gusty winds and updrafts and downdrafts and all that good stuff. So we'll have to be on the lookout for some severe weather this afternoon. Now here is the total precipitable water. At the bottom right is for hour 60. And look at the Mississippi Valley here and the Missouri Valley. There are anywhere from 4 to 6 inches of rain happening across this area. There's going to be some flooding in the Midwest, I can guarantee it. But they've been very dry, so they need the rain. Maybe not this much, but they do need the rain. And here we have the lifted indices and the precipitable water values. The lifted indices will be anywhere from -4 to -5 C, all the way from Texas clear to the Ohio Valley. But more importantly, the precipitable water value is close to 2, maybe even 2.5 inches, 2.25 inches. And through the Mississippi Valley and the Ohio Valley. And this is going to mean a lot of rain for these folks. I'm afraid it's going to be more rain than what they need. And you know how the Midwest is. When it floods. So that's something to watch. Now here in the longer range, I have some good news. This is for Sunday the 9th of September. And this is the GFS model. And what you see here is our first real front of the autumn season. It's dipping all the way down into Texas. So all the folks in the south and the southeast who haven't had a cold front since last spring, by the middle of this month or maybe the second week of this month, we actually may get a cool down. So that's something definitely to watch. This is the 0Z European for Saturday the 8th. And it also shows the strong trough digging deep into the Midwest and clear down into Texas. This is by no means certain. This is only maybe the second or third run this has shown this. But it is starting to get that time of year. And it would just really be nice to get a cool down. So let's all keep our fingers crossed for that one. And here's the ECMWF and the GFS ensemble means, 500 millibar means. And you can see for days 8 to 10, there is troughing in the Midwest. So there's ridging out to the west and ridging in the east. And So it does look more favorable for a trough to dig down south and affect the southern states. So don't want to get too excited about this, but it's a possibility. And finally, I just spent a couple seconds here on the tropics. This is Hurricane Kirk and Tropical Storm Leslie. None of these are forecast by the models to do anything to the United States. Leslie, if she stays south long enough, she could meander into the Caribbean, but it doesn't look likely. Most of the models go north and out with the troughs that have been coming down. So right now, after Isaac, we're going to get a little bit of a break. They're nice to watch, but hopefully nothing for the U.S. So that's all I have for now. For the Daily Windup, I'm Donald Flowers.